Tin Can, a story of world conquest, microscopic critters, a guy in a silly hat, and how capitalism transformed the world. We start our story with this guy, French Emperor Napoleon. In his quest for world domination, he assembled the largest army in the world, 600,000 soldiers strong. But a group that size has lots of needs, like feeding everyone. And the further they got from home, the harder it got to keep the food from spoiling. Napoleon said an army marches on its stomach, so he had a problem that was only getting worse. He knew the government couldn't find an answer to the problem, so he turned to the public. He offered 12,000 francs, equal to $66,000, to anyone who could preserve food for long periods of time. Enter this guy, Nicolas Appert, a chef, confectioner, and brewer with lots of experience working with food. He put food in glass jars, sealed them with cork and wax to make them airtight, then boiled them. The heat killed the bacteria that caused the food to spoil, and a new way of preserving food was discovered. But it wasn't without its problems. Glass tends to break. Enter this guy, Peter Durand. He used the same process as Appert, but in a tin can instead of glass. Tin cans were more durable, so he didn't have to worry about them breaking. They were also easier and cheaper to produce, so he could preserve more food faster. But the tin can wasn't without its problems, like getting the food out. Not only were early tin cans permanently sealed shut, they used such thick metal that people resorted to hammers, chisels, and even explosives to open them up. Okay, maybe not explosives, but they are pretty cool. See? And this kept the tin can from being used until the invention of the can opener. Yeah, a future episode. So with mass production, cans got thinner and were able to be made in many shapes and sizes, including the classic food can, cookie tins, and soda cans. The construction of a tin can typically comes in two basic forms, the 2- and 3-piece construction. The 3-piece can starts with a piece of sheet metal, which is rolled into shape and welded at the seam, creating a cylinder. 2 rounds with rims to fit the diameter of the cylinder are then used to seal the can. The 2-piece can starts with a round piece of sheet metal. A form is then used to extrude the sides of the can up, requiring no side seam. The can is further extruded and its diameter slightly shrunk so that a rim top can be affixed. Regardless of the manufacturing process, the effect that this invention had on the world was immense. It wasn't just a way to keep armies fighting on faraway battlefields. People could now store more food for long durations, which helped them get through tough times. Food could also survive long shipping distances, helping hungry people all over the world. This also allowed explorers to discover remote places on the globe that could never be reached before, changing the course of human history with a little piece of metal. That's what capitalism does, if you let it. Create a world where you let it. Do capitalism.